Black women, you're not overwhelmed because you can't handle life. You're overwhelmed because you've been carrying more than your fair share. And today, we're going to fix that. Give me a little time and I'm going to share with you the truth underneath your exhaustion. You're not overwhelmed because your life is chaotic. You're overwhelmed because you've been positioned as the person to carry everyone's burdens except your own. And you've been operating in the wrong spaces, carrying the wrong energy for so long that you've started to register it as normal. Every time someone didn't follow through, you did. Every time someone dropped the ball, you picked it up. And every time someone needed emotional grounding, you became the ground that they stepped on. And here's the part that we don't always recognize consciously. You didn't pick up all of that weight because you're so strong. You picked it up because you've been positioned to catch it. And that conditioning is the problem, not your capacity. And the moment you begin to see that conditioning more clearly, then the spell begins to break. And I'm going to show you how you can start making that shift today. And before I go any further, I want to make it clear that I'm not going to give you another list of to-dos. I'm simply going to give you an energetic correction. First things first, stop cleaning up messes that other grown people make. I'm talking about that one family member or friend whose problems always become yours, that person who always calls you with crisis after crisis that you didn't create, or that workplace environment that assumes you're going to fix everything because you always do. And we're most definitely talking about that relationship where you are the emotional spine holding everything together. I need you to hear me clearly. None of that belongs to you. And your spirit is overwhelmed because you keep saying yes to roles that were never assigned to you. So here's the first correction for today. And it's simple. Choose one thing that's been weighing you down, one thing that deep down you know isn't good for you, the thing that you constantly have to justify your participation in. I need you to identify that thing clearly and then decide to step away. And if you don't feel strong enough to step away completely, just step away for one day. Put it to the side, completely disengage, and see how that feels for you energetically. It may look like an emotional responsibility, something that you feel is an obligation, or even a pattern of overfunctioning. And this is how you signal to your spirit and your subconscious that I'm choosing to step out of this pattern and to create something new for myself. And this is not about perfection. It's about interrupting the pattern and starting something new. And as your energy begins to come back, even in the smallest ways, you'll begin to be more clear about the fact that your life has felt out of order because you've given everyone else first access to you. Everyone and everything around you has been getting first access to your time, your emotional bandwidth, your problem-solving capacity, and your attention, but you. You consistently give to everyone else and give yourself what's left over, if anything at all. And you know that you were never meant to live on leftovers. So that brings me to my second correction. Put yourself back in the center of your own life, not as a luxury, but as an act of alignment. And please remember that this is not selfishness. This is rightful order. And you can go ahead and prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and energetically for the fallout. Because the people who benefit most from this misalignment will call you repositioning, having a bad attitude, swapping up, or being selfish. And I need you to let them be. Let them say what they want. Let them feel what they want. Stay focused and realign. Because those people were never meant to be your compass. And the moment you make this shift, the things that were feeding into your life positively will get that extra energy and you will see the difference. So if those other two pieces of advice help you regain clarity or energy, then this piece of advice will give you momentum. Start every day choosing one thing that honors you before giving your energy to anything or anyone else. Just one. Just make the choice. Maybe in the beginning, you won't always follow through, but sitting down, taking out the time, and really seeing what it feels like to put yourself first is a good step. And for those of you who may not understand what that feels like or looks like in a practical sense, I'll give you a few examples. So before answering any messages, emails, or headed to work, you can start your day by choosing one thing that you've been needing desperately, whether that is a little more rest, whether that's quiet time, or whether that's a moment to take a walk or physical activity. Choose that thing and then carve out intentional time to give it back to yourself. Another example, before you sit down and listen to anyone else's trauma or crisis, ask yourself truly, do I have the capacity for this today? And if not, you don't have to explain that to the person on the other end. You can simply say, let me get back to you. And last but not least, before you jump into responsibility mode, take a pause and ask yourself, is this mine to take on? And if not, make a practice of walking away from extra energy expenditure. And I don't want you to look at these as just small acts. Look at these moments as energetic shifts. And as you continue to shift your energy one day, one act, one mental shift at a time, you begin to create new habits. And habits become the foundation of our life that everything else is built on. So every time you choose yourself first, even just for a few minutes, you shift the trajectory of your life. And this is how we recalibrate without burnout. This is how you begin to feel like yourself again and how you get into alignment. So if this message landed for you, just know that you're in the right place and the change that you've been desperately seeking has already begun. And if you felt that the information that I've shared here has been helpful in any way, I ask that you share this with another Black woman who has been carrying more than her fair share, because you never know whose breakthrough is on the other side of your generosity. Because I truly believe that we heal together, we transcend together, and we shift the trajectory of our lives in community and harmony with one another. So subscribe to the channel, stay close, and step fully into your rightful place. And no matter what you do, never forget, Black women first, always.